Former St. James Most Wanted gets November court date. Joseph J. Mackenzie, the St. James man who was recently arrested and charged for two murders committed a year apart in April 2023 and April 2024, was remanded in custody when he appeared in the St. James Parish Court. Mackenzie, who was St. James' most wanted man at the time of his arrest, is charged with the April 6, 2023 murder of 21-year-old laborer Darren Bowman of Rock District in Trelawney and April 27, 2024 shooting death of 28-year-old shopkeeper Randy McNeil of Province Heights in Flanker, St. James. When Mackenzie's case was called up before presiding judge Justice Natisha Fairclough Hilton, the court was told that one of postmortem report and ballistic certificate were outstanding for the prosecution's case file. While another postmortem has been added to the case file, it was not disclosed for which of the murder cases the outstanding documents are. The matter is set for mention on November 25, 2024. You are remanded in custody until November 25th, and a fingerprint order is made for you. You'll be taken back to court on November 25th, Mr. Mackenzie. Fairclough Hilton told the defendant before he was escorted out of the courtroom by police personnel. Commissioner floats lifting ban on beards in the JCF. Police Commissioner Dr. Kevin Blake has hinted at the possibility of a shift in the Jamaica Constabulary Force's JCF grooming policy, with the current prohibition on beards being lifted. In an aside of the end of his recent column in the JCF Weekly Force Order, Dr. Blake posed the question to officers inviting their thoughts on allowing facial hair in uniform. But just before I go, a quick question. What do you think of relaxing the restriction of wearing beard in your uniform? Dr. Blake asked as he attempted to spark a conversation on internal policy that has long dictated the clean-shaven appearance of JCF members. The JCF's grooming standard, entrenched in its personal grooming policy, require male members of the force to maintain a clean-shaved look, with exceptions only for medical reasons. The policy is part of a broader set of guidelines designed to promote a professional image for the force that date back to the early formation of the JCF. However, as public attributes towards facial hair evolve, the question of whether this rule remains relevant is gaining traction. Dr. Blake's remarks suggest a willingness to revisit this policy, which has historically been tied to post-colonial perception of discipline and uniformity within law enforcement. Although the Commissioner's comment was made in a seemingly light-hearted manner, it appeared to signal his willingness to consider the opinion of officers on such internal matters. This potential shift comes at a time when the law enforcement agencies worldwide are reconsidering shifting grooming policies, with some forces allowing more flexibility to align with modern trends and cultural shifts. For the JCF, relaxing the beard ban could represent a step in updating its image while maintaining professionalism. For now, it remains to be seen whether beards will soon be among Jamaicans' men in the JCF uniform. Dr. Blake has already signaled his intention to move the JCF into a modern era with the elimination of gender-specific references within its ranks. In his directive, Dr. Blake signaled a significant stride for the transformational journey of the JCF, with a shift in cultural dynamics recognizing the indistinguishable value and capability of all others regardless of gender. He argued that the abolishment of titles like Women Constable in favor of Simple Constable was an actual acknowledgement of the uniform service and sacrifice of the JCF members. This policy was designed to not only honor the contributions of women in the force, but also underline an environment of inclusivity where the focus is firmly on professionalism. The policy aligns the force with global best practices in law enforcement, where effectiveness is measured not by gender, but by competence and integrity. No deal yet as Juliet Holness firm St. Andrew Woman continue fight for land. JAJ Development and Holdings, owned by developer Juliet Holness, says settlement talks with the St. Andrew landowner. It is suing ongoing. The company's attorney, Rose Bennett Cooper, updated the court on Tuesday after both parties requested an adjournment on Monday to allow their experts to visit the disputed land. She told presiding judge Justice David Butts that the visit occurred Tuesday morning and that discussions were still in progress. I do believe that this exercise will definitely bear some fruit. However, the fruit has not been borne as yet. At this moment, the parties will continue to talk, the attorney said. She suggested continuing the trial with her cross-examination of an expert witness for the defendant, Charlene Ashley. Ashley's lawyer, Andre Moulton, agreed to the trial should proceed while talks continue. Earlier, a light moment arose when Holness and her team struggled to find seats in the cramped courthouse. Some space was available on the bench with Ashley and her husband. "We've all good friends here, right? That's why the lawyers see, my learned friend," Pat stated. "Indeed, indeed," Bennett Cooper replied, as a member of the Holness team took a seat beside Ashley, followed by Holness. JAJ sued Ashley, a marketing consultant, in 2020, seeking the splinter title for land where its $800 million incomplete apartment complex is located in Lee's Flat, St. Andrew. The company purchased Lot 2 for $22 million in 2012, while Ashley lives on Lot 1. Under the agreement, Ashley was to receive an apartment as partial payment and provide the splinter title, which was requested in October 2012. Ashley, who was countersued JAJ for alleged trespass, alleges that she continued to deliver the title due to subdivision issue and that JAJ's delay in providing drawings, which were submitted in 2020, she also claimed the subdivision could require removing her gateway. Bennett Cooper resumed cross-examination of Timothy Thwaites, a commissioner land surveyor who prepared an expert report for Ashley in November 2022. He argued that an 8-meter wide access road could not fit on JSJ property without offering Ashley's land and gateway. Bennett Cooper accused Thwaites of being untruthful in his assessment, which he denied. Thwaites said he couldn't confirm if a road seen running from the lease flat to JAJ's lot was intended for the apartment complex based on the proposed site plan. "I will have to be careful with that designation because this is presented as a proposal site plan and has very different meaning to me than something presenting either a building plan or a proposed subdivision layout. I do not know the purpose of this drawing," he said, noting he received a copy of the proposed site plan when preparing his report. When asked to clarify his reference to subdivision layout, Thwaites explained that the document to which I have made reference are very specific to a planning and building process. A proposed site plan could just be conceptual, and the site plan in itself could not form part of a set of documents for building or subdivision. However, Bennett Cooper noted that in January, when he was last in the witness box, Thwaites used the site plan to answer certain questions. She also sought to question him about the boundaries for a property neighboring JAJ's lot on the site plan, but Thwaites found that challenging. "I do not have any information as to the content of this proposed site plan," he noted. The lawyer, however, countered, "I'm asking what you see, sir. I do see it, but I see a line and I see the text, word in and out. I do not know what they were intended to represent or if they are accurately represented on the plan." Bennett Cooper said that in January, Thwaites said he had relied on the site plan to answer certain questions and pressed him on whether he recalled saying that Ashley's gateway would be altered or removed based on the proposed access road on the site plan. "I do," he replied. She then asked, "So to extent that you happily relied on those proposed plan sites to answer questions in relation to the extent to which it would interfere with the defendant's structures, how can you now tell the court that you do not have an appreciation for what it is and for what it represents?" Thwaites responded, "I don't recall making any reliance on this plan to speak to an extent of disturbance structure. I was asked a question, yes or no answer, and based on the knowledge and information I have from conducting investigation and measurements for my report, I was able to answer that question." Bennett Cooper read out his general response and asked whether he would wish to change anything, to which he said, "I do not." She then asserted that the proposed access road would not interfere with Ashley's gateway, to which she also disagreed. In last May, Ashley testified that from the get-go, she and Holness discussed and agreed to an access road for the complex through a neighboring lot, but JAJ's attorney denied any such agreement. The trial continues. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.